totally just destroyed my coffee cup. The inside even disconnected. I was having such a good Monday. Good morning, Sea Friends. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Maylene Call from Mrs. Call's Campers. If you're new here, I am a kindergarten and first grade teacher in Northern California. Today is Cookie Butter Monday, but I also just dropped my coffee and spilled my cup. So cheers! I was actually having a pretty good Monday morning, and we're just gonna keep on going. Luckily, I did actually drink a little bit of it on the way to school, but I was feeling extra tired. So what do we have for this week? Next week is Thanksgiving. We have Thanksgiving break, so we do have a full week this week. I am fully planned. My PowerPoint is fully ready, which is good because it's 7:22 in the morning. I didn't get here as early as I normally get here, so I have a couple of things I need to print. This week we're also going to be talking about Thanksgiving. There's a wonderful brain pop on Thanksgiving that I love to show, so we might watch that a couple of times. So we're doing the brain pop video. We're going to be reading a couple books on heritage and culture and where people are from and why that matters, and getting deeper into Thanksgiving. And I also have our turkey trouble projects that I talked about a few weeks ago. We're going to be doing that on Wednesday. So we have a lot to do this week, but at the same time, not a lot to do. I'm going to go ahead and get started prepping for my day, and I will catch up with you later. Also, this weekend I did go to Kohl's, and I got one of the plushies that I hadn't got yet. Usually Kohl's has $5 book buddies and $5 books, and I hadn't had Rainbow Fish, and I knew it was there, so I went and snagged it. And I also saw this same plushie and book on Saks Fifth Avenue's website for $64, and I was like, maybe I should. No, I won't. So I'm going to add this to our Reading Buddy collection, and I know my kids will be really excited for it. Also, Taylor read Taylor's version this past weekend on Friday, and so it's all I've been listening to. Okay, it's the end of the day. It's actually 3:30. I have been productive, but more stuff for school. We're doing, I don't want to say what it is, but it's kind of like a little school celebration. So I was doing some coloring for that. Today went pretty well. I felt like my kids were more talkative during times we were learning, and then during the end of the day when it was free choice, they were totally settled down, which was a little bit strange. But what did we do? We went to counseling. They came back. They did centers. They actually did a pretty good job during centers today. They definitely earned a smart cookie. This entire week we are doing centers, going to lunch, and coming back and doing social studies, so we're not extending that center time into the afternoon past lunch, which normally I do because I need to pull as many groups as I can. But this week is Thanksgiving week, so I needed to make a little bit of extra time, so I just pulled from the back half of our center. So we did centers in the morning, went to lunch, they went to recess, came back in, and we started social studies. So what I did today, I'll show you my little PowerPoint. So we talked about Thanksgiving. What is Thanksgiving? What do you know about it? Do you celebrate it? Does everyone celebrate Thanksgiving? And at first they said yes, and then a lot of them really quickly said no. So I got a good picture of Thanksgiving, what it means to them. All of my students do celebrate Thanksgiving, so I got that. And then we did this top part. It's not so much an anchor chart as it is a place for me to just kind of chart what we talk about. So what do we know? We eat turkey, we share food, you say what you're thankful for, it is a time of year, we go to our family's house, it is a holiday. Those are all things that they came up with. And then we watched the Brain Pop Junior video on Thanksgiving, which is on YouTube. Looks like this, and it's a decently long video, but we talked about some of the things that they talked about in the video, kind of expanded on it a little bit, helped talk through it a little bit more, and then after I did this part down here. So what do we know? And then we said we also know, and they come up with a few more things. So they said history is important. They said the settlers gave the Wampanoags unfair rules, which in the video it said laws. The settlers forced them to leave. People remember the past. So those are things that they got from the video just the first time that we watched it. But we actually had a really good discussion about what Thanksgiving means for us and what it means for Native people. And we talked about how it's still okay to celebrate Thanksgiving, but we have different feelings about it on this specific day. We're going to be reading Where Are You From? And kind of talk about our own culture and our own heritage. And I'm going to link it that way. We did math centers, and this frustrated me so much because my first graders, I know they can work independently, but today it honestly just seemed like they were taking advantage of the free time that they had, and so it was really frustrating to me because I'm trying to work with a small group of kindergarten. I have another group of kindergarten that's working independently on the carpet. The kinders were doing a great job, and the first graders were just over there talking. So what I'm doing for first grade is every day they're going to work on a math page before they go to centers. So today it was just making 10.
Stop the video.
Okay, I was talking. I don't remember what I was saying, but I think I was talking about this little math packet my first graders are going to do before they go to math centers, which when I say packet, they're just doing one page. So tomorrow they'll do this one. Just one page, one quick like review before they go to math centers. And oh yeah, I was saying they were not doing a very good job in math centers today. But now that we are technically doing math centers and they have that individual independent time, I did tell them we would start to earn smart cookies for their math centers as well as their reading centers. So I'm hoping that helps. And I actually am super proud of my kinders. It's my first graders that I was a little disappointed in today. What else did I want to tell you? I think that's it. We did in first grade today, we did start doing 3 numbers to add, but also continuing on making a 10. So looking for 2 numbers to make a 10, adding those first, and then adding the last number. Yeah, I'm ready to go home. So sorry if this wasn't very helpful today, but I am so tired. Did not have my coffee this morning, so I'm ready to go. Also, one of my sweet kinders today drew me a picture of myself, and she said, "Miss Call, I drew your glasses." So this is my adorable portrait as drawn by a 5-year-old. Don't you love it? Okay, I'm home. I'm going to share my cleaning schedule with you guys. I'm just going to pop it up on the screen so you can screenshot it if you want, but today's Monday, so it is dust and sweep day. I'm going to do probably the dusting and John will do the sweeping, and then we're going to work out. Honestly, this duster is a little bit dirty. The cover is removable, but we haven't washed it, but that's okay. Pre-workout is pretty much chugged, and John and I are going to work out. What we're eating for dinner. It's currently 6:39. I'm drinking BCAAs, and we are going to watch The Voice tonight and probably some You. I got 2 packages, so I'm going to do a little unboxing. I do know what I ordered. This first thing I am excited about. It is, well, I guess it could be used for a couple of different things, but I bought it specifically for the plant in my workout room. They are 3M wall clips. Stick them on the wall, and then these bend, and they kind of help hold your plant in place. And then I also bought fry bread, which we will be reading this week. I'll put you up there, it's a little bit better. I'm gonna open this one. I'm super excited about these. They're both Caldecott winners. This one is Thank You Omu, and this one is Saturday. Saturday has been on my list for such a long time. This one I put on my list recently. We'll be reading this one next week. Maybe this one too, if we have time. But these are from Alicia, who creates the retail kits and read aloud kits that I use every week. So that's really sweet that she sent these for my birthday. So I can't wait to show you how I use these, probably in the next vlog you see. We have this week, and then Thanksgiving week we're off, and then the week after that we'll be reading this. Okay, so 1 hour later, basically we decided what we want for dinner. We're gonna use this Trader Joe's 3-cheese sauce. We've had this once before and I really liked it, with some penne, and we're gonna cook some chicken that we have frozen.
Do you want chicken, or do you want to use the sausage that says to use by 2 days from now?
I really want chicken. I showered while John kind of watched the chicken and the pasta, and now The chicken is done. Chicken, we seasoned it with salt, pepper, garlic, onion, and a little bit of Cajun. We did cook it from frozen, and we do that sometimes instead of thawing, and it works out okay. So now I'm just gonna cut it up and throw it all together. Okay, here is our dinner. I topped it with mozzarella cheese, parsley, and a little oregano and pepper. Good morning, it's Tuesday. We did end up watching The Voice last night, and I did end up falling asleep too. I brought coffee today in a mug that is not breakable, because if I break a mug 2 days in a row, I might die. I just might die. So I picked one that matched my sweater. I made a white peppermint mocha, and thinking about it now, I should have made another cookie butter latte, because I missed out yesterday. I need to get prepped for the read aloud we're doing. So I think that's all I'm gonna do. Everything else is done and prepped for the week, so I feel good about that. Also, I went to check my time on the drive to school, and I realized that I didn't actually plug my watch in, so I have a dead watch. Also, I know this is random, but I realized when I went home I forgot to show you guys what we did for part of our literacy lesson in first grade. Our curriculum has us doing digraphs right now, which we've already learned because of the secret stories. But yesterday we basically just made a chart with SH, CH, TH, and we put words on the chart. So that's all we did. But this to my class is easy peasy because we've been doing it for a long time.
You think about me.
Wait, you guys are so funny. Were you finding all the secrets on there? I love that. Every morning this call writes you a morning. Do we know the first? They say good morning. Happy Tuesday. Okay, it's the end of the day. It's actually 4 o'clock. I was working on some things we have like an awards celebration, like a big celebration tomorrow. Today was a really good day. We read Bear Says Thanks, and that went pretty well. Every time I start reading something, they always ask, does it have sound effects? And our book today did have sound effects, but I didn't want to use sound effects for the first day. Tomorrow we'll go through it quicker, and I'll play the sound effects for them. My turn. My turn. We'll do the sound effects tomorrow. What's it time for?
Read aloud. Reading is like baby. You need to do it every day.
I love it. Our book today is called Bear Says Thanks. Say I can tell the genre of a story. Good. Now the genre of a story is what? When you say thank you for something, it means you're thankful for what someone does. What do you think Bear is going to be thankful for in this story? Turn and tell a friend. What do you think he's going to be thankful for?
There's a
flap and a flitter and a flurry in the den, when in flutters owl with raven and wren. What should you be doing? Looking at Miss Cole. What can you do if someone's trying to talk to you?
Ignore them.
You can ignore them. What else?
Quiet symbol,
but not right? How was he feeling at the beginning? He had a problem. How was he feeling? Do you need time to think? That's okay. Thank you for being respectful and keeping your voices off. How was he feeling at the beginning of this story? He was feeling sad. I agree. He was feeling sad. What else was he feeling? Nervous. Ooh, that's a really strong descriptive word. He was feeling nervous. Why was he feeling nervous? What else could we describe Bear as? What? Distraught? What does that mean? Okay. Yeah, he was probably hungry, right? Because his cupboard was empty. Say, I can retell the story. Good. Retell means to tell again. Beautiful job. In the beginning, what happened? Cabinets, or his cupboards, were Bear. They were empty. I love using that new vocabulary. So that is his problem, right? Characters have problems. Mouse, and then we had the rabbit, and then we had the... This animal is called a badger. Say badger. Badger, and then we had the mole.
One time in the morning.
Oh, you saw a gopher? That's cool. Can I have this? I want you to turn and tell your partner about a time that you saw an animal. Turn. Very cool. We see animals all the time, don't we?
I saw a squirrel with my dad's.
You had your turn to talk. Whose turn is it now? Mrs. Call's turn. Good. And shared their food. And then what happened in the end? He said, oh, wait. Everybody do it with me. Wait. Beautiful. What else did we do today? Oh, we also we had extra time at the end of our read aloud. So, and we just reviewed all of the ones that we have learned. So, all of these, and they all remembered them, and they even, some of my kindergartners, they've been exposed to them so many times that they're remembering the stories that go with them too. So that was really, really cool to see. But these flashcards were nice for reviewing. They're all turned sideways, but they're really nice for reviewing, and I love that flashcards are an option for the Secret Stories kit. It's important to have the posters up too, nice and large so they can see them from anywhere in the room, but having these is helpful because you can stick them up on the board if you're talking about them. You can make charts with them and chart some words. Students can take these, pick them up, and go work with them somewhere. You could put them in a center. So these are really handy too. So we just went over these and reviewed them, and they thought it was so fun. And then we ran out of time reviewing them, and they were like, Miss Call, but we've learned more than that. And I was like, I know, we've learned so many secrets. We don't even have time to review all the secrets. So they are really, really enjoying them. And this week in first grade, we're doing TH, SH, basically digraphs, TH, SH, CH. And then what we also did for first grade literacy is with a couple of my first graders, where's the Rhyme Magic? I was already using my Rhyme Magic cards. This is more like step 1 of Rhyme Magic. So you go through and you'd say un, to, oh sorry, it's backwards for me. Ot, ob. And then the next step would be you'd have a placeholder and you'd say spell thin. So they really just need the first letter, and they'd say F-I-N as you point, spell hat. H-A-T, and then as you go through you start adding endings, which is what the endings card that I have over here is. So this is our endings card, and I always have it up at the front of the room because we are always referring back to it. And then you could start adding blends and digraphs, so you could have them spell plan, P-L-A-N, plan, and then when you want to add an ending, we teach them to double the letter. So if you want to spell planned, P-L-A-N-N, and then you put your fingers up, E-D, planned. They'd spell it like that. And I haven't gotten to that last step with my first graders, but today I just grabbed one of the power packs that come in Rhyme Magic, covered up all but the rhyme. So so they'd say tum, tummy, gum, gumdrop. Gumdrop. I love Rhyme Magic. I know I haven't talked about it much on here, so I wanted to make sure that I kind of explained it a little bit more and kind of maybe convinced you guys to try it out in your own rooms because it really is totally game-changing for the classroom. So that is Rhyme Magic. What else did we do? Oh, Centers is going so well. They did wonderful. They got started right away. Writing did amazing. Word work did amazing. Library did amazing. Tablets did amazing. Their volume was appropriate. It was wonderful. We were doing sight words in kindergarten, and I asked them to write the word do. And if you guys remember, the iWords card for do looks like this, and the D is washing the O, and you'd say do the dishes. And one of my kindergartners wrote the word do, but then they colored an O, and they were like, that's a dirty dish. And I just thought that was so funny because you can see them making the connections, and that's what you want to hear, right? So I loved that. And then something else happened. Oh, in my first grade group, one of their sight words this week is call, which of course is my name. And I asked them to write the word call. I was like, you guys should know this because it's my name. And one of my students was like, yeah, and I can see it right there. She pointed to this little sign that I have, and I was like, don't cheat, don't cheat. But it's just funny. I feel like we're in the point where we are so comfortable in the classroom and things are just moving and flowing and working so well, and it's such a good feeling. So today was a good day. The end of the day was a little bit crazy. They didn't do a really good job in math centers, but I did have fun doing kindergarten math. We worked with teen numbers again. I also tried to film this lesson a little bit for you. It was a small group lesson. It was less than 15 minutes. It was super short. Actually, I think it was 10 minutes. So it was super short, to the point. They were all really successful with it. A 10 frame, but how can I be sure?
By counting.
Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. How many can our 10 frame hold? 10, right? What if I have a number like 11?
No.
It's not gonna fit in our 10 frame, right? It's too many. But let's try and see what happens. Count with me. 10, 11. Good. So how many do I have in my 10 frame? 10. And how many do I have outside? 1. So the number 11
Need one more.
hands on top. Math centers are way too loud. So the number 11 is 10. Say 10. And 1 more. Eyes up here. 10. And 1 more. Good. If I wanted to show that, I would say 10 and 1 more. Did the 0 disappear?
Yes.
Did it disappear?
No.
No, it's just what?
It's
It's just hiding. So we're going to practice making some team numbers and hiding
Can you try to trick us?
our 0. Trying to trick you?
Yes.
No. And we're going to make the number 12. And if your 10 frame is full, you can just leave them outside. Ready? Let's make 12. 1. Good. So you have how many?
12.
Good. You have how many?
10.
10. We need to make 12. Did you fill up a 10 frame?
Yes.
Yeah, we filled one up. And how many are left over? 2. We have 10 and 2 makes how many? 12. Good. So if we wanted to write the number 12, if we wanted to show the number 12, we would need 10 and how many more?
2.
2 more. Say 10 and 2 more. Good. Go ahead and build a 12.
I will build a bear.
Can you build a 12? 10 and 2. Say more.
4.
Good. 10 and 2 more. Good. What number?
12.
What number?
12.
What number?
12.
That's a 10. Can you make it 12? 2 more. Look. 10 and 2 more. 10 and 2 more. Good. So what happened to my 0? What's happening to it? It's just hiding, right? 10 and 2 more. What happens if I add 1 more
33.
counter? Oh, 33 is a good guess, but let's check and count. Ready? Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So is this the number 13?
No.
No, a 13 is 10 and how many more? 3 more. 10 and 3 more is 13. Can you build 13 with your counters and with your numbers? Can you fix it up here, make it a 13? 10 and 3. Can you make this show 13?
This means 1 more.
Beautiful. Good, you have 13 here. Oh, check your 3. It looks like it's upside down. What happens if I take this one away and I take this one away? 11. 10, 11. Can you make 11 on your boards? Did it. Good, now change it to say 11. I didn't get to first grade math because, like I said, we have that awards thing tomorrow. We had to go and do like chalk art outside in the area that we're going to be doing it. The whole school is. So we did that, and then we watched some Ada Twist Scientists. So it was a really just fun day. I really enjoyed today. And what's so funny is, I know I'm talking your ear off. What's so funny is Tuesdays for me used to be the hardest day. If you go back to my other vlogs, every Tuesday it was a struggle. Couldn't figure out why. I still don't know what happened. But Tuesdays have been better, so I'm grateful for that. That's what's making me happy today. I'm all prepped for tomorrow. I'm gonna go home. The lighting is not too well and it's echoey because we're in the workout room, but we've showered, or we've worked out and then we've showered. Still thinking about dinner, but I thought I would open some packages with you guys because I haven't really ordered anything, so I don't really know what they are. Also, we have a package from Grove, so I thought that would be fun to show too. We smell that. It smells good. We have some floor cleaner. They're rosemary and lavender hand soap. This stuff smells really good. Will you smell these too? Then we have some hand soap. This is the geranium scent. This is the eucalyptus dish soap. Have we ever had the eucalyptus before? I like this one. Okay, so I don't know if we've actually had eucalyptus before, but we have that dish soap. And then we have some more peony multi-surface spray, which is what we're using right now. And I think it smells super good too. So that's what we got from Grove. We have an Amazon box. Okay. Oh, this is exciting because I got the Magic Hat book, and in the thank you note, it said, enjoy your book and your number puzzles. So I knew these were coming, but they weren't here yet, but I'm excited because these will be perfect for kinder math centers right now. So thank you, Amy, for sending these our way. That's so exciting. Amazon box. I think you say it M-A-I. Enjoy your gift. I love your videos and wish I can be a teacher like you. And I've been teaching for almost 20 years. Thanks for all the things you've taught me so far. You're a wonderful person and teacher. From Mai. Those kind of messages make me tear up because they're so sweet. I think it's so neat, even though I've only been teaching, this is my 3rd year of teaching, to have people who are in college watching, to have people who just started teaching watching, to have people who've been teaching for 20 years watching. I think that's amazing. I really like getting messages like that because it's hard when I'm just sitting here talking to a camera to like know who's on the other side of it. So to actually like hear and see that is really exciting. So thank you so much. She sent us some Mr. Sketch sticks. So they're like the thin versions of the extension markers, and I like to let my kids use these. So thank you for sending these over. Oh my goodness, okay, I have been wanting this book. This book has been on my list for so long. It's The Day Punctuation Came to Town. This is super exciting. Kindergartners are just starting to write sentences, and with the only kind of punctuation we've talked about, well, we've talked about period and exclamation points, but this will be really exciting for when we get a little bit deeper into it. I want to take a peek. Exclamation point led the way to their first day at a new school. Let's hurry, he exclaimed. Adorable. Thank you so much for sending this to me. You couldn't have sent it at a more perfect time. Thank you. And then these I'm also really excited to receive. I own a lot of dry erase sleeves. In fact, I just got some recently this year too, the same pack, but I always need more because I use some for math, I use some for centers, I use some in small groups, I use them with my aide. I am using these all the time, and what I've been having to do is like constantly swap them out, like even throughout the day. So this is incredibly helpful. Also, I want to say I go back and forth on whether or not to do unboxings like this with you guys, because on one hand I don't want it to be like, oh, look at all the stuff I'm getting, but on the other hand I feel like it's helpful to see things that teachers want and things that teachers are using and things that teachers have in their classroom. I know some of you guys are parents too that message me and tell me like, oh, I love seeing the books that you're reading with your kids, and it gives me ideas for my own kids, or some of you homeschool. So sharing these I hope is helpful in some way, shape, or form. The last one is another Amazon box. I'm so excited for this one. This one is Share Some Kindness, Bring Some Light, and this one is from Alicia too. She sent me thank you Omu and Saturday. Bear is sad. All the other animals think he's mean because he's so big, but his human friend Coco offers to help him. Coco shares her grandmother's advice. When life gets dark as winter's night, share some kindness, bring some light. Oh, I'm so excited for this one. I know, Alicia, you probably don't watch my YouTube videos. I'm gonna message you anyway, but thank you if you're watching, which probably not, but thank you so much for sending this. Well, I filmed that. John went ahead and got started on prepping dinner. So we're doing chicken sausage, bell peppers, my camera battery is dying, onions, Brussels sprout, just a little, oh, my exposure is really high, just a little chicken sausage veggie bowl.
Because I don't think most people cut the butts off.
Oh, the butts. No butts. Act natural. You're not acting natural. The dinner is chicken sausage from Trader Joe's, Brussels sprouts, onions, and peppers. What did you season it with?
It's the usual. Salt, pepper, garlic, and a little onion powders.
You guys asked me for easy weeknight meal ideas. This is one of them. Just make a chicken sausage bowl and throw in whatever veggie you have. Thank you. Well, happy Wednesday. I realized I did not have time to talk to you this morning because I didn't get here late, but I got here late enough to where I didn't have time to hop on a vlog and talk. We had a super eventful and productive day today. It's funny because at the end of the day, sometimes I'll be like, wow, what did we do? And today I'm like, we did so much. So of course we started our day with our fine motor bins. Then we went into our read aloud, and today we read Bear Says Thanks. Again, we have one main read aloud a week. We do read other books, but we read this book and I did Novel Effect, and of course, as always, they love it. And today was also the day that we did our shared writing, and I am still giving my first graders a sheet so that they can do the writing with me. So while I am writing and having them go through all of the steps of writing a sentence and sounding out all of the words and using all the secrets that we know, my first graders are writing with me and the kindergartners are just helping right now. But eventually, probably next week, next week is Thanksgiving. The week after that, I'm going to have the kindergartners start coming up and helping me write it physically. But for right now, I'm still modeling all those things, getting their inputs, and then they're coming up and reading it with me. I do have a clip from our shared writing that I want to share with you here.
He wanted to have a feast because he missed his friends. That is a really big sentence. Do you think we can do it?
Yes.
Yes, we can. First word, he, capital letter, always first. First graders, can I see your paper? I need you to start right up here. You're going to go all the way across in your neatest, nicest handwriting. Got it? All right. He is a sight word. How do I spell it? E. Good. He wanted. Say wanted.
Wanted.
Good. Let's clap the syllables. Wanted. How many? Two. What's the first part? Want. Good. First graders, this is a sight word this week. Say want. We hear the ah sound, but it's not an O. What letter is it? A. Finger spaces between words. Good. Say wanted.
Wanted.
First graders, which ending do you think we are going to use for wanted? ED. Wanted. Go back. He wanted, finger space, 2. Kindergartners, how do we spell 2?
T-O.
T.
I know 2 plus basketball.
You got it. He wanted to have. First graders, have is a sight word. Picture in your brain. Have. V, and can words end in V? They need E at the end. That's one of Mommy E's jobs. Thank you for sitting on your bottom. Stretch the sounds we hear. Ready? E. St. Oh, I hear a blend at the end too. We have what letter? F. Say fee. E. Yeah, we hear E, and in this word, it's actually going to be one of our vowel teams. When 2 vowels go walking, the first one does the talking. Good, so it's going to be E. Can you guess?
E.
A, yeah, you're right. Feast.
S-T.
You got it. D. Ready? Let's do the first part. Kindergarten. Good. I. Good. Miss.
S.
Beautiful. What is our ending first grade for Miss D? E-D. But before we do it, we need to double the letter. You got it. Get our mouth ready for the word them. Get your mouth ready. What 2 letters? T-H. Do you feel it? Look up here. Say them. Do you feel your tongue go between your teeth? Them. That's our signal for T-H. Good. Finger spaces between words.
It tickles me.
Kindergarten, pause. What word is that? That's the word the. How can I make this the word them? Oh, hug it. Hugging it would be a good step, but I don't think I need to hug it. Let's stretch it. Them. Do you hear that M at the end? What letter? E. Good. Friend. Good. Watch me. Friend. Kindergarten, make this sound. Is your tongue on the top of your mouth? Good. All right. Now this actually says k-a-m. How can I make it say k-a-m? Mommy E. And when we put Mommy E at the end of this word, she reaches over to that A and she tells that A to say its name and she covers her mouth. Go back.
And check.
His friends came with food. Good. Let's stretch it. Food. Food. Good. What's the first sound? Kindergarten. Good. All right. This is one of our secrets. Say ooh. What two letters are going to say ooh? Oh, and I can see you doing this because it's like owl eyes, right? Ooh, I will say ooh, ooh. Two O's. Sarah, get your mouth ready for share. What two letters? S-H. Good. Finger spaces. S-H. Because they're in the store. E's. E-E. Breeze. S. Am I done? Go back. Bear shared his stories.
After our read aloud today, we did our school-wide awards celebration. I guess it happens every trimester, and it was outside and it was super, super fun. I thought it would wear them out, but it did not. After that, we did centers. They actually did a really great job during centers. However, when it was time to clean up, they started getting super loud. They were using unkind words, and they were also taking a really long time. So we didn't end up earning a smart cookie, which is a total bummer because they worked so hard the whole time during centers. After lunch, we've been doing social studies. So we talked about the things that we have been talking about with Thanksgiving. And then we read the sandwich shop and we kind of added on to our discussion. So I'll show you the things that we added. Learning about other people helps us learn their history. We have different traditions. The more we learn, the more we care. So if you haven't read this book before, it's about two girls who are friends and they bring different lunches. So what is the girl's name? Amy and Salma? Yeah. Oh, Lily and Salma. So Lily eats a peanut butter sandwich every day and Salma eats hummus and pita every day. And they basically make a judgment about their food. They say, ew, yuck, gross. Leads to a conflict. They end up trying each other's sandwiches and they realize, oh, they're delicious. And they have a sandwich swap as a school, and you can see all the little flags from the different countries, and students are bringing sandwiches from their country or that represent their culture. And as soon as I finished reading this book, one of my little girls goes, that was great. So we did have a short little discussion about food from other countries, and then I reminded them where I was from, and one of my little girls goes, Miss Call, do you sleep here? Which is so funny because anybody who's taught kindergarten, I think, has been asked that question. And I said, no, I sleep at my house. And she was like, where is your house? And I told her the city. And she said, because I would like to invite you to my birthday party. And then like 10 other kids were like, will you come to my birthday party? So that's what it's like teaching 5, 6, and 7-year-olds. But anyways, I really liked the way our read alouds have kind of been building. So we started with that brain pop video on Monday, and then yesterday we read Where Are You From? Today we read The Sandwich Shop, and tomorrow we're going to be reading Fry Bread. I also messaged my parents on Class Dojo, and I'm asking them to send in a recipe, and we're going to make like a class recipe book, and I think that will tie in things together nicely. So I'm really happy with the progression of things this week. What else did we do today? Oh, I totally skipped over my reading small groups. I think I took a clip that I can share with you guys for my reading small group. Wet. Up here. Ready? Wet. Oh, my light. Hold on. Wet. Okay, what's the first sound? Go ahead and write the first sound in your first box. Close. This letter says what letter says w? It's a new one that we learned.
W.
Yeah, you got it. Nice job. Ready? Right, let's do the sounds. Ready? And oh, my light keeps not working. Well, okay. Oh, okay. Ready? You know? Ooh, close. I says Show me the letter that says Good. All right, last one. Ready? T. Yes. Okay, I love it, but let's do our letters for this. We just want to write them the correct way, okay? Can I make this word say pet?
Nope.
Let's try. Ready? P-et. Which one changes? The W changes. What is the W going to change to make it say p-et? P-et. Yes, it'll be a P. P-et. At. Pat. Good. Let's see if we can change one box and make it say pad. Like I write on a notepad. Ready? P-ad. Pad. All right, what do good readers do first?
Look at the title.
Look at the title. Good. Point to the title. Okay, how many words are in the title?
3.
3 words. Put your finger on the first word. Ooh, those are sight words. We practice our sight words because we see them everywhere. Pam can see. Good. Good readers also point to their words. All right, we're going to start on this first page. Put your finger under the first word. Hold on, wait for me. Put your finger under the first word. All right, let's read it together. Ready? Pam can see a pot. Good. If I had the word pot, what's the first sound?
P.
Nope, the sound. Good. What letter would I expect to see in pot?
P.
A P. Good. P-aw. Look at the word. P-aw-t. Pot. Is that the word pot?
Yeah.
I want you to whisper read the rest of the book. If you need help, you can put your thumb up like this, okay? Whisper read. Go ahead. And then for Math with My Kinders, I have one group that I'm still working on numbers 1 through 10 with, and the other group that I'm working on making teen numbers with, and that's going beautifully. Both of those groups are making progress, so I'm excited for that. And I really like teaching math in small groups. So there's times when I do whole group for kindergarten math, but most of the time I'm trying to pull half of my kids and then the other half of my kids and just swapping with them, and that's working really, really well. And also having a small kindergarten class allows me to do that, so that is wonderful. And then for first grade, we continued to work on the skill that we were doing this week, which is adding 3 numbers and then making a 10 with them, but they're doing really, really well with that. I've been swapping where I put the equal sign to kind of get them used to it, and today I taught them the song that I created a few years ago. It's called Move One Side. I have it saved in my Instagram highlights under songs, but they had a beautiful, wonderful, amazing time with that song, and it talks about how, I think it's called the commutative property is what we're teaching them basically, but you can swap the add-ins, but you can't swap the number that's on the other side of the equal sign, so you can only move one side, so that's why the song is called Move One Side. I'm not going to sing it for you. Maybe I can get them singing it later, but they loved it so much they wanted to keep singing it. They thought it was so fun, and I wasn't sure how my boys would feel. My boys my first year loved it, but they loved it this year too, so that was really exciting. And it was also something that just the first graders got to do, so I think that made them feel a little bit more special too. But that song was super fun, and then free choice went super well. And I remember at the end of the day, I was putting things in their bee binders that the school sends home, and I said, hands on top. They said, everybody stop. And I said, have I told you today how amazing and wonderful you guys are? And they all went, yeah. And I was like, it's true. That's all. But today was just one of those days where it seemed like everything went right, and everything just felt really good. The only hiccups we really had were cleaning up centers. So for reading and math, they did a poor job, but that's goal setting. The math centers are new for them, so that's to be expected. But I hope maybe by the end of the week we can get there. But we had a pretty good day today. I think before I go today, I am going to pull my questions from my Instagram and see what you guys had questions about this week. Have you used Osmo? No, I have not used Osmo before. I know what you're talking about. It goes with iPads, right? I've never used that. Someone said, how do you keep confidence when parents question you? So I talked in, I think it was my last vlog, a little bit about meeting meeting with a parent after school and kind of giving some tips for that. How do you keep confidence when parents question you? I think you have to fake it. For the most part, if you're not there yet, you totally have to fake it. I don't have any kind of secret. It's hard though, because when you're a teacher, you've put in however many years, if you're doing your bachelor's or your master, you've put in that many years of studying and work to get where you are, and you're fully qualified to do your job. But when you're a teacher, your first year, you're still learning so much. So I think especially as a first year teacher, that's something that I had to do too. The first few interactions that I had with parents were absolutely nerve-wracking. I even remember open house, me just being terrified they were going to ask me something that I didn't know the answer to. But I think it's okay to not know everything, and I think it's okay if you aren't someone who can fake your confidence, if you let them know like, hey, I'm not really sure about that, but I'll do my best to look into it for you. But I was definitely faking a lot of it my first year until I got it, and towards the end there, I did feel a little bit better. So if you're a new teacher, these things, they come with time, and I feel like every single year it gets a little bit easier for me to go into conversations, especially with parents. Now it doesn't faze me, and even I talked about observations a vlog or two ago, and even now I'm to the point where I'm like, you know what, it really doesn't faze me, and I didn't expect to be feeling that in year 3, but I feel pretty good about those things because I feel like I'm more confident in myself as an educator, and I trust myself a little bit more, so I think it just comes with time. Would you ever go back for your master's? Yeah, I definitely would. Not right now, but I would. You know what's funny is I'm seeing a lot of questions here about planning. Next week, which is Thanksgiving break, I told Kenzie, hi Kenzie, if you're watching this, hi. I told Kenzie, I was like, we should get together and we should try to plan out December and like try to think forward and just do that together so we can kind of hang out. And she said she would be willing to do it. But I wonder, Kenzie, if you'd be interested in maybe doing maybe filming some of our planning and answering some questions. I think that might be fun. Today is Wednesday. I actually did do some light workout today during our little awards celebration we did as a school, and today's a rest day, so I'm not worried about that. But I do have some cleaning tasks that I have to do. So, okay, I'm home. I think for Wednesdays it's toilets and showers on the cleaning schedule, and then I didn't do yesterday's, which was, I think, yeah, yesterday was mirrors and surfaces, which I didn't do because I was incredibly tired, and I'm lucky I even got in a 20-minute workout. But I think I actually showed cleaning mirrors and all of that in my last vlog, so I'm not going to show it again. Plus, it's not that interesting, but I will show you, and I'm not going to show you me cleaning my toilets, but I will show you all the products we use in case you are interested. So for normal just surfaces around the house, I use just this Miss Meyer's multi-purpose cleaner with a microfiber towel. For our mirrors, we actually use a Grove concentrate, and I put it in here. I think I might have another I can show you. Okay, I don't, but it is the same as these little bottles right here. So it just is a like window or glass cleaner from Grove, and you pour it in to the bottle and then you fill the rest up. So I use that for our mirrors. So for our toilets, we use this Method cleaner. It's Method Anti-Bac Toilet, just a normal toilet cleaner. And then I also like these Clorox wands that you can like scrub with. I also have, whenever I'm done with these, I use the disinfecting wipes and just clean the handle. But we also have our little Grove toilet brush thing that matches our like duster and all of that too. I have one of those. So I'm gonna work on those tasks, and John is going to get us caught up on our dishes. You love doing the dishes.
I do not like doing it.
You're so good at doing the dishes. Have not been so good about doing the dishes every night. Really, we're usually not good about that. So John is saying that whenever the dishwasher is empty, we're usually pretty good about putting things in the dishwasher, but I'm not good at it apparently. That's okay. The thing about dishes for me is, and this is what John has figured out, when the dishes are above the sink like they are now, I get so overwhelmed and I can't do anything, and I just like don't even want to touch them. But when they're below the sink, I'm like happy doing the dishes. But when it's like peeking out of the sink, I'm like, I can't do it. Also, shortly after I got home, John got a text from a local pizza place, and they're like, here's $5 off your next order. So I think that's what we're gonna be doing for dinner, is some pizza, because we don't want to make more dishes after you just do the dishes, right? Nice job, babe. So I'm starting on mirrors first, and again, I've already showed you this, but I also realized I forgot to mention yesterday when I was showing you what we got from Grove, 90% of what we use around the house, cleaning supplies, even like looking at the hand soap we have right here, it's all from Grove. And I do have a code for you, or not a code, a link in the description box for you to get a free cleaning kit. So check that out if you are interested. Also for the shower, I use, again, from Grove, these little scrubby brushes, and you can swap out the heads. Showers cleaned, toilets are cleaned, mirrors are wiped. Tesla is eating a straw. John also said that since we're not working out today, we should probably go shopping for our Thanksgiving food. So he's working on a list. I'm actually pretty tired. I literally came home and sat in my car for like 20 minutes, but today is probably the best day to get these things done. So we're gonna go to the store. Okay, we did go grocery shopping. I'm not gonna show you what we got because it's not really exciting at all, but the pizza is here and that is what matters. I have a huge headache, so we're gonna eat pizza, watch you, and then relax for the rest of the night. Good morning, it's the next day, so that makes it Thursday. I'm making a caramel macchiato right now. I know it's hard to see, but I don't think I'm gonna have time to talk to you when I get to school because I am running kind of late today, just enough time to do what I need to do before the kids get there. So I'm going to make a caramel macchiato. So since today's Thursday, typically we'll do our craft in retail, but the kit that I'm using from Primary Scouts this week isn't a retail kit, it's a read aloud kit. So the read aloud kits doesn't come with the individual pictures, kind of like how we did our squirrels where they retold the story. So they're just doing a normal craft this week, so I had them color and cut it out. Because I teach a kindergarten and first grade class, I have to separate them and take turns with the writing. So I had my kindergartners start coloring their bears, basically just coloring the bear, cutting it out, and then cutting out the pieces to the bear. A lot of them did get done, but while my kindergartners were coloring and cutting out their bear, I started writing with first grade. So we talked about how in the story Bear didn't have any food, so he shared his stories, and then I asked them what are some things that they could share, and I wrote them up on the board with them like a shared writing style. So we went through all the secrets and all the ways we spell the words. So together we wrote. Bear shared his stories, and these are all things that we can sound out, secrets that we know. I taught them first stories that we drop the Y and add IES on a word that already ends with Y. I don't expect them to remember it, but I did want to teach it to them. So we wrote Bear shared his stories, and then I told them on their own they need to write I can share my something. So I had a bunch of words up here that they had shared to kind of get their ideas going, but all I wanted them to write was I can share my something. I can share my toys, I can share my toys, I can share my stories, I can share my games. For kindergarten, we did a sentence totally together. So I used my little writing stamp and I pulled out my iWords cards, so they're still up here. I said we were going to write, I like to share. So I put, this is mine, I put the writing lines on there for them, and we went through our Writing Superstar song, and theirs came out like this. I like to share, I like to share. And my kindergartners are doing a really, really good job, so I am super, super proud of them. But while the kinders were doing that, the first graders were working on cutting out their bear and all of that. So we went ahead and did everything that we would normally do over 2 days, just today, because tomorrow is an early release day. That is our day so far. It's the end of the day. Today was a really good day, but it also was one of those days where it just took everything out of me. I feel like I was giving so much, and then at lunchtime I just sat there with my hands in my pockets like this the whole time because I was so tired. And then I came back, did it again, and then at the end of the day I just sat in here, lights off, in silence, just needed some quiet. But today was a really, really good day. We read our Bear Says Thanks book again, that one that we've been doing the chart on, and then we worked on our bears, which I already talked to you about. I do want to show you how they came out, and I love them so much. Completely on their own, they glued it all, and it just, They're wonderful. So I just want to show you. They're just so cute. You can see all of their little personalities and they had fun. So that's what matters. I am going to send these home. We did that. And then for small groups today, I think I just pulled... Yeah, I just pulled kindergartners today, which my aide, she pulled a couple of first graders today, so I kind of alternate. So if I don't get to like a kindergartner on a certain day, I know that she will get to them. But with one of my groups, we played this little robot game, and I will link this in my Amazon under mentioned for you. What is the word? Sad. Let's see. Sad.
Mat.
Let's see if it's a mat.
It's a mat.
And one of the other things that I'm starting to track now on my center tracker over here is if I upload something to their class dojo, like a video. I usually have to upload their work every week. I'll try to record them either playing a game or reading something, or I'll take a picture of their work and put it in dojo. So I'm using that tracker because I want to make sure that I'm filming all of my students reading and putting that on their class dojo so I can see the progress too, but also so the parents can see it, and they really like that. After lunch, we read the book not Turkey Trouble. We read How to Catch a Turkey, and those books are fun. I feel like they're not the best books, you know, like How to Catch a Turkey, How to Catch a Unicorn books. They're just fun. I never stop and ask questions. I just read straight through them and let the kids kind of enjoy them. And if it goes a little bit over their head, that's okay too. They thought it was funny. So after that, we went on a little turkey hunt. Second and third grade classes put up, I think second and third grade, maybe just second, I don't know, hid little turkeys all around the school, and they did the same thing for us on Halloween. So we found a bunch of little Halloween pictures all around the school, but we walked around and we were looking for turkeys, and I said, if you find a turkey, say gobble gobble. So we were just gobbling our way through the entire school today. It was a lot, and they had a lot of fun with it, but things like that, it's a little bit hard to just take them through because they get so excited, but they love it so much. So great memories. And then that's pretty much it because we had computer lab today. So yeah, that was our day. It's really fun. I feel like towards the end of the day, they were just losing their minds. They were so hyped up, but it is what it is. Tomorrow is a half day. I was also really productive as a teacher today, so I got all of their center folders emptied. I filed all of that away in our student mailboxes that I keep by the front door right here. And then the other thing that I did was during our computer lab time, I've started to call students over and just pop up ESGI and just test them on things that they can be tested in. So some of my first graders, I retested them on blending words. Some of my kindergartners, I retested them on some of their sounds. Just to keep that updated, I figure why not waste computer lab time. Oh, the other thing I wanted to share with you actually happened this morning. It was during their fine motor bends, and I have one group who is usually in the library over here with our little brain flakes, and I just heard her go, "Stop, that's mine." And I looked up, and she's very like shy and timid when she knows that she's in trouble. And I asked her to come to my table just to sit like right here next to me. And so I pulled her over here and I was like, "What happened?" And she wouldn't tell me. She looked really upset, a little bit embarrassed. She wouldn't tell me what happened. And whenever things like that happen in the classroom, I like to turn those situations into learning opportunities for them, especially if it's their first time, you know, doing something like that. So I asked her to tell me what happened. She couldn't tell me. And then I was like, okay, I'll tell you what I heard, and then you can tell me what happened. So I said, "I heard you say, 'Stop, that's mine.'" And then she kind of spoke up a little bit, and she said that this other little girl was trying to take her toy. And I was like, okay. And when you said that to her, did she give it back? And she said, "Yeah." And I was like, okay, so you know how to say what you're feeling, but let's practice saying it the kind way. And then she did it with me. But things like that, especially, I know that it's different for them depending on their home life and how things like that are reacted to in a situation outside of the classroom. But for them, I want to make sure that they know this is a safe space, and we need to also make that safe space possible for others too. So if we're yelling at our friends, it's not a safe space for them. So this little girl knew how to communicate. She just didn't know maybe the right tone of voice to communicate that. So I just sent her back to apologize and practice again. But I love situations like that when I can kind of take a behavior that they're doing and just guide them in the right direction. And I think I've noticed since the beginning of the year, a lot of times when I would call people over to my table about something, like an interaction that they had with another student, for example, a lot of them would look really upset or they'd start to cry, and I would just say, hold on. are you in trouble right now? No, you're not in trouble. I just want to talk to you. And I feel like a lot of times that's what they need. They just need someone to talk to them and to show them the right way instead of telling them you're doing something wrong. Another example actually that I had today was one of my little girls brought something from home, and it was like this little fidget spinner popper. It was really cool. But I noticed when I called on my students to the carpet, she was walking over a little bit slowly with her jacket, and she was being very suspicious, sneaky looking. And she sat down and she like slid something from her jacket over to the girl next to her, and I was like, what's under your jacket? And she lifted it up and she looked really like embarrassed and scared, and it was one of those little poppers. And I was like, were you trying to give that to your friend? And she was like, yeah, I just wanted to share it. And I was like, okay, it looks like you were being sneaky trying to bring that over here. And then she like gave me a look, and I was like, I'm gonna ask you to put it back, because next time I want you to ask me, and I don't want you to try to sneak something to the carpet. And she just put it back, and then that was the end of that. So I try to be very empathetic and very understanding of not only that a lot of my kids, like they're 5 years old, they're 6 years old. Some of them I think might be 7. 5 years old, 6 years old. They're still learning things. They're still learning expectations, even for being at school. They're not sure what's okay and what's not okay. But I also want them to know that I'm not going to be someone who's going to immediately try to get them in trouble for something. Like, I am here to teach them, and I want to help them. And I don't want them to be scared to make mistakes either. So I just wanted to share that little tidbit with you. It might help. I feel like if you're going into teaching, just to see my perspective on that. Also, I got a compliment this morning. I came into my room, put on my perfume, like sat here for a few minutes, and I went to make copies, and someone complimented me on my perfume, and they said I smelled really good, and that made me happy. So again, the perfume I like is Ariana Grande Cloud, and I feel like I can't smell it really on myself after I put it on, but everybody who smells it says it smells really good. So if you're looking for a perfume or you want to smell like me, then you could get this. Okay, the other thing, I have to share something with you. Hold on. Before I share that, John and I have been watching You. We finished season 2, and I'm just saying this because I mentioned in one of my other vlogs when I was in season 1, like not really to the exciting part, that it was kind of dragging, like it wasn't really that good. It got so good. Season 2 was so good. Season 3 is, I feel like, still pretty good, but I want to take back what I said, and I want to say that I am actually enjoying it. So the other thing that I wanted to share is these kisses. Me and John got these last night. We bought so many like snack type things because I was so feeling in a snacky mood. But these are the cherry cordial Hershey's Kisses. I'll show you. I'll just open one now and show you. They're so good. In other news, in December, one of the things that I really like to do is read the different gingerbread stories, like Gingerbread Man, Gingerbread Girl, Ninja Bread Man, all of those, and do like a big comparison. And my family's responded really, really well to the turkey project that we did for Turkey Trouble, where they had to disguise their little turkeys. I think I can show you. Some of them have their names, but I'll go ahead and show you right now what the little turkeys look like. They came out so stinking cute, and I got this message on Class Dojo, and it kind of just inspired me to want to do more projects. I feel like you kind of have to play by ear and see like if your families have time, or if, you know, it's something that they're interested in doing, because it is a family project. But I came up with this little family project for December, so I'm going to be sending this home the Monday we get back from break. But it's a little gingerbread house project, and it just says families will be comparing gingerbread stories, blah, blah, blah. Please use one of the templates and make a gingerbread house. Get as creative as you want. You can use cardboard, butcher paper, gift wrap, cotton balls, scrapbook paper, colored pasta, candy glitter, sprinkles, bells. Possibilities are endless. Thank you for making our classroom a little more magical this season. Please return this on this date. So I have these little templates for the houses. I just searched on TPT gingerbread house template, and I got a bunch of them for like $2, so I did that. I can share the letter with you in my Google Drive. So if you click the link in the description box and go to all of my links, there's a little part there that says all of my links, and click free resources. I'll put this in there for you. Hopefully they have fun doing this one too. Also, I did already file away their center folder work, but I'll show you some examples of some things that they're working on, because people ask me every week to show those, and I always forget. So sometimes I'll show you at the beginning of the vlog when I'm putting in their folders, and sometimes I'll show you afterwards. The one thing that I do try to do with our center folder work is keep it consistent throughout the week. And the only reason we do center folder work is because I need that small group time. So we have to do centers. And I love centers. They're productive. It's fun. They get some independence. They do some socializing. They get those social skills. And then it's also just having them work on a specific task, organizational skills, responsibility, so many things that they're working on when they're in centers besides the actual work itself. But I do like them to have a specific task that needs to be done during centers, just so I know, even if they finish that and they play a little bit, just so I know that they get that specific thing done. And I want them to get a skill that we're working on reinforced. So that's why we do them. But for the kindergartners, we're still learning our letters and sounds. So every week we learn 2 letters. So they do 1 letter each day in their centers. This kindergartner this week worked on the letter K. So this is tracing. Right here, this is from the Terra West alphabet curriculum. So she worked on tracing. She's supposed to color pictures that started with the K sound. So koala, king, kite, kiwi. She didn't get key, that's okay. But that was what she was doing. And then the next center she went to, she would be working on this one, letter Y. We learned K and Y this week. So tracing, and then coloring pictures, and sometimes they'll X them out if it's not right. And this, I do let them work with another person if they want. I actually really like when my kids teach each other concepts. I noticed that a lot at the beginning of the year with our secret stories. The first graders would love to teach the kindergartners. So I don't say you need to be totally quiet and working on your own work. I let them work with others, but it's still independent. So, and then this was November 8th. And this is another reason why I like to date stamp my papers, because I can see when they got something done. But they did a little scarecrow directed drawing. So that was hers, pretty cute. So buying that alphabet curriculum was a really good investment for me teaching kindergarten. So I would highly recommend that. I'll link it for you in the description box. And then for my first graders, it all comes from the same pack, which actually this is a digraph pack because we're doing like digraphs this week. I'm more focused on the writing, and I do like to see, this is not their best work, but I do like to see what their work looks like when they're just trying to get it done. So like she'll forget things like uppercase letters. Sometimes she forgets punctuation. Just this is what her work looks like when she's just like going through and doing it. Is this her best work? No, but it tells me a lot. So there's usually there's like a writing where they have to pick a word that has a digraph and then write a sentence with it. Then this one is just matching a word done here to the picture, which this is the harder one, and these are some harder words that have those digraphs in there. This was from when we did Bear Says Thanks writing on, was it yesterday? November 16th, 2 days ago. This is what hers turned out to be, but like minus the bear thing, that's an example of what one of my first graders would have in centers. And then here's another example so you can see how I differentiate it. So she has a little bit easier words with digraphs in them. She misses a couple of them sometimes. That's okay. Again, it's good data, and then she could take it home. I don't know if the parents look at them. Probably all of them don't. That's okay too. But they can kind of see where they're at too, because this is all, they do it by themselves. And then this one, they read the sentence and glue the picture. And she just flip-flopped 2 of these. And then this one, they're supposed to write the word that goes with it. That one's actually really hard for her. But in their centers, I also vary the groups. So I don't have like all kindergartners in one of my center groups. I have mixed ability levels in there for that specific reason if they need help. And then for my first graders, I'm still putting these in there, which is trace and write. This could be used for kindergarten too, but specifically first grade, just so I can make sure they're getting capital letter, finger spaces, punctuation. She clearly had a lot of fun doing this one with the rainbow colors. Whenever they show me their center work at the end of center time, I take literally just a few seconds to say, oh, make sure you remember your punctuation. Oh, make sure you remember your capital letter. And then I just date stamp it, check off that they did it, and move on. So that's an example of some of the work that they are doing in centers this week. I did show you everything that's in our actual centers in my classroom tour video, so check that out if you want to see the other things that they're working on. Okay, I'm home. I'm going to drink some pre-workout. We're gonna work out. We're doing 21-day fix workouts right now. We're really not doing a program. We're just kind of working out. So let's get a pre-workout. Tesla, you want to pick it? Tesla, no, come. Which one? Pick, no. Oh no, this one or this one? This one? Okay. Or that one? Which one? Which one? This one, okay. Where's this one? Workout's done. I'm on my phone because all of my camera batteries are dead. So vacuuming. Our dog hates our normal vacuum, but she does not mind our robot vacuum, who we named Biscuit. So we're gonna pick up the floor so Biscuit does not get anything stuck, and then run the little vacuum. So I'm just gonna be editing the video that you're watching right now for a little bit, and dinner is going to be leftovers of some sort. Wow, what a helpful husband. What a helpful husband. Yeah. Okay, I got to like Wednesday editing the vlog. John did all of the prep work for the quesadillas. Chicken, mozzarella, onions, and I'm gonna make the quesadillas. So for mine, it's literally just gonna be chicken and then some mozzarella cheese. That's my favorite little quesadilla to make. I learned it from TikTok and it is the absolute best. You have to try it. And John is going to have chicken and cheddar, and his chicken has mojo seasoning. Nope, yeah, mojo seasoning on it, and just normal cheddar cheese. People always ask, like, how do you and John cook together? And the secret is to do what you like and make your partner do the parts that you don't like. So he likes prepping all the things, and I like doing the actual cooking part, so it works out nicely. John has 2 quesadillas and he has some extra chicken because we made a lot of chicken, I guess. So this is John's, and these are my Parmesan garlic quesadillas. Actually, it's just one quesadilla, but I also am not super hungry, and we also did not make vegetables. We're literally just eating quesadillas. So, morning. Today is Friday. It does not feel like Friday at all. I've been in my classroom for, wow, almost 30 minutes. I didn't have anything planned for a minimum day today, so we're just gonna wing it. We are going to read Fry Bread. These minimum days go so fast. Days like this, I feel like I'm always rushing, and I don't want today to be rushed. I just want to take it easy, and if we don't get something done, that'll be totally okay too. So, okay, everything's printed. The lights are off. I was telling a coworker I'm saving my energy for when the kids get here this morning. I've got everything printed, and I have like 20 minutes to get it all really ready. Really even more time than that, because when they come in, they just do puzzles on Fridays. So I'm gonna get started. We did it. We pulled it together Friday, end of the, actually, it's way past the end of the day. It was the minimum release day, and I have been decompressing for like 2 hours. We ended up doing stations, and I actually had 7 kids out today. A couple of kids I knew were going to be out. A couple of kids weren't here because I think they weren't feeling well yesterday, and then a couple of kids I think are taking like an extended vacation. I'm not really sure. We have all next week off though. So I ended up with 14 kids in class today, which I was a little bummed because you know the day before break is always a fun one, but at the same time I was very, very grateful. It was such a calm day. The best. So you saw my little morning message that I had for them today, and I wrote down some of the things that they said. I said something like, people in America come from all over. Why is it important to know? These are the responses that they said. This is kinder and first grade. Because it's special to remember the past, because people are family. Even if they come from different places, you can be friends with people and it matters to you, so you should know them better. You want to celebrate the people you love. You can see what it's like in other countries. And so we talked about other countries, and I said, yeah, why do people travel? And they said other people have different homes and different lives. You can see what it's like over there. So they had some really great responses, and I love challenging them in this way to have these kinds of conversations. They're 5, 6, and 7 years old. Like, they are pretty young, but you'd be surprised some of the things that they can get out of these conversations. So that was nice to start our day. And then we moved into our stations. So my aide was back here, and she ended up doing the little turkey hat with them. And then I had friends who were working in the writing center. My kindergartners just worked on drawing and labeling November words. My first graders wrote a sentence with them. And then on the carpet, they did a little directed drawing of a turkey, just like the basic one on YouTube. And then I had a group at this table back here, my aide's table. I actually let my aide be over here because I figured the turkeys took up like a lot of space, and I wanted her to have space to do it with the kids. So I just took my group back here. And for kinder, we did those little thankful books. And for first grade, they made like a mini book. So many of them, the first thing they said was like, my teacher. And I was like, thank you. I've said it before, but I think I have the sweetest class overall that I've had in my career so far. Like, the number of students in my class who are just total sweethearts is astronomical. I am so lucky. I'm not so much tired as I am trying to recover from this headache that I have. I will definitely be here over Thanksgiving break. Not because I have like a ton to do. I really just want to get ahead. And I was talking to my friend Kia about this. When I don't have structured time, I just do not do very well. So I'd rather come in for like my own mental health. I'd rather like wake up in the morning, come here, do a little bit of work, get ahead. That way I can be more at peace later on, and I can leave, like right when the bell rings later on. Don't have to stay and do anything or prep anything or plan anything. Like, I'd rather just get it done while I can, and who knows how much I will actually get done, but just for my own sake, I do better when I'm working instead of having all of this free time, because John and I aren't really going anywhere over Thanksgiving break. It's a whole week, and it's a lot. So I am grateful to rest and not have to teach all day for 5 days. But when we read fry bread today, my kids were so bummed that I did not make fry bread for them. They were so bummed. So I'm the worst. And I actually thought about it too, but people on Amazon who have this book, they said that the recipe in the back of the book, here's the book, Fry Bread, they said the recipe in the back of the book was not like good, or it wasn't right. I don't know. It comes with this recipe. You can try it. Here's the recipe. But it did not have very good reviews. And I wanna make it for them, but I also don't want to like waste my time making something bad. So also I sent home their little turkeys. They were so cute today, wearing their little turkey hats and playing with their turkeys. Okay, so when we get back from break, that whole week is going to be themed around being thankful. So if you have any books that you really like to read that have anything to do with like being thankful or gratitude, leave them in the comments below for me. what I'm struggling with right now is I have so many things that I want to do in December, and I'm not sure how I'm going to fit it. So anyways, lots of very fun things ahead. This is my favorite time of year to be teaching. I love all the things that come with November, December. It's all just the best. Like this video if you had fun with me this week. Make sure you subscribe to join our family if you haven't already. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.